I'm back. This is a very quick video about how I've changed the connections on this application. So if I run this and we're in debug mode, I might add, just zoom into the center here. Depends on how you set it up, but at the moment it's set up to show you the logins as soon as you boot it. So we will connect, and you'll notice that this has changed. It doesn't disappear now. In fact, you can disconnect and connect, and you can do that to your heart's content. Once you're connected, you're now in the main form. So before, this wasn't actually the main form. It was the login window, believe it or not. Anyway, I've changed all that. Quite a big change. All right, so previously I used to be using a simplified connection method where I was using temporary connections, which are in memory. So when you have the app running, you're connected to a memory thing that has detail about the connections that FireDAC needs to do the talking with the database. Now I've moved over to persistent connection. I used to be using persistent connection, but it creates a lot of problems, which you'll find out in a tick. It just makes things more complicated. So if we go and have a look up here, you'll see that I have FireDAC Explorer, and I'll run that, and I've put up a big little note here to tell you about the fact that you are using, this application is using a connection definition that is in the app data of the user. Okay, all right, and then we're going to go okay, and FireDAC runs, and you're left with this. Now, at the moment, FireDAC, this app is looking at the default connection definition file, which has all this stuff here in the left panel. That's not the one my program's using, okay? Because this is in a public area, and passwords and all that stuff can be seen. So my connection definition file is in as I said, the user's app data folder, which is, and here it is, it's called FireDAC connection definitions. And I'm going to open that up. And now I'm looking at the right file. And if I click, you notice that there's only two definitions here. There's also going to be a third one, but that comes later. All right, I click on Swim Club Meet, and now you have a bunch of fields that you can add and change, etc. Like this advanced ODBC field, for instance, etc., etc., which gives you more options on getting a connection to work. Also, up here there's even a little wizard that builds connections, and there's also something here that actually tests it. Yep, there we go. It says no worries. Now, if I actually open this connection, I'm just going to make sure that this left panel has focus. I'm going to click on this thing here up here. It says open current object. And now I can see the tables. Yes, I have connected to it, and I can't change the parameters here. Just wanted to point that out. If you have it running, have it connected, you can't change the parameters. You have to be sure that you're unconnected. And I'll just give this left panel focus again, and there's a button up here that says close. And once I've closed the connection, I can go and change all these parameters. All right, so this gives you lots of options if you're having problems. It helps you out, as it were. I could only give you this if I used a persistent connection. All right, now there's other things I've changed in here. It's got more and more sophisticated. I still haven't done the patching, but I'm going to leave that for another video. I just wanted to tell you about how I've altered the connections for this. And when you get the package and you install it, you'll find that there's this FireDAC Explorer, which you can run from the desktop if you wish, and that'll help you out should you have problems with your IP connections, for instance. All right, and catch you on the next one.